and I have to, like, try to block all the other shit out right now that I could go down, like, all the other fucking dumbass fucking, and I'm saying to myself, wow, Anthony, really, you listen to this shit and you didn't even, and when then people tell you this right to your face, you just, like, completely brushing it off your shoulder and trying to move forward. But motherfuckers wanted this to be known, so fucking here it is. And guess what? Where's anybody fucking responding? Where is anybody responding? The right way. Wow, man. Not the bullshit way. Not the fucking, oh, man, we think, no, fucking shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck you're saying. Too many fights. Too much. I feel nothing. Disgust. That's it. Because I'm right after this whole quick set of incidents, I wasn't allowed, I was 15, I really wasn't allowed to just, like, jump in my car. I still had to do fucking homework, and I had to still do, you know, I had to still go to school, and I had to fucking do this, and I had to do that, and fucking, you know, it's like, well, you can't take the car out today. It's like, why? It's like, just because. It's like, well, that's a great reason. Fucking, could you give me another one just like it? Yeah, I could. But it's like, well, then I'm going to give you a reason that I'm getting in my car right now and taking off. But, you know, that fucking was like here and there, tit for tat, right? So fucking, point being is that it cuts to a situation where I'm like, well, if I can't take my car, I'll jump in this car that's outside the house, ready to fucking pick me up. And, hey, Aunt, you want to go smoke weed? Yeah, I'll fucking smoke some weed. Let's go. Fucking get the fuck out of this fucking hell of a life that I'm living in, right? But where the fuck do I end up that day? That day that I get in somebody else's car, I end up on the fucking Indian reservation. 2.5 hours later, still haven't smoked weed. And fucking, they're like, well, if you want to go home, well, we'll kill you. But if you want to go home, instead of us killing you, how about if you just come in a cup, there's this kid that wants to drink it. Now, we're talking kid my age, right? And I'm being told this shit. There's a kid that wants to drink it, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is this shit, man? I say no. Well, then you're not going home, and we'll probably fucking kill you, blah, blah, blah. Let's call everybody, that's it, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm by myself, facing off with God knows how many motherfuckers. At that point, there was 3, maybe 4. The kid comes. I say to the kid straight the fuck up, I'm like, do you really want to do this willingly? Because the only thing that I seem at that fucking point in time, and they're like, oh, and we'll give you $20. How about that? And we'll get you home, we'll give you $20, plus you'll smoke some weed with all of us. Yo, fucking, it's all good, right? I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, whatever, man. And that's the whole point. It's like when the motherfucker shows up, the only thing that was separating that from literally being a throwdown session where obviously, I mean, really, the most peaceful fucking solution in my head, the motherfucker tells me that he's totally gay. And he understands that I'm not gay. But he wants to drink my sperm. And I'm like, wait a minute. So, yeah, as long as this doesn't have to go that way, you are doing this willingly, that's on you, fine. Fuck this shit. And that's where son of a fucking, you know, it's like, if the motherfucker would have said that these motherfuckers, but he didn't. He did not. And there was definitely, because If he would have said, oh, well, these motherfuckers are making me do it, then I would have fucking been fighting for somebody. Not just myself. If this motherfucker would have said anything more than he was going to drink the fucking cup that I cummed in, that would have been war. Right there. I don't give a fuck. This motherfucker said he wanted to do this willingly. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm like, I don't. What do you want me to make sound effects? You know. The minute that fucking takes place, the motherfucker is like, and then that's when the most craziest threat comes out of, like, I mean, other than like the Tupac threat, like fucking the craziest, weirdest shit starts coming out this motherfucker's mouth. And I'm talking about the Tupac threat when I was fucking 3, right? Tupac was what, at that point? Almost 14, 15? I'm 3. Big man. You know what I'm saying? Holy shit. This motherfucker, on the other hand, turns around and says, I know I'm going into long versions of certain things, bits and pieces of all of the interesting shit. He tells me that they're going to take that cup and they're going to impregnate all the fucking girls on the Indian reservation and all over, and then they are going to kill my babies, but keep the ugly ones alive, kill the smart ones, wow, so that they could fuck them and use them as slaves. I was ready to fucking, I didn't even know what to think, because at that point, that was a mind-blowing insult that couldn't be fucking true, because they were pumping into everybody's head that sperm dies when it hits the air. So I'm just thinking this, but that's not the truth. Actually, the maybe top layer of the fucking sperm dies, not the fucking bubble, right? Obviously, that's. But I did not know very much about anything other than maybe, what is porn and fucking jerking off. Okay, at 15, interaction with girls was very, very, somewhat limited, not so much limited. There was fucking experiences. The point fucking being is, I'm not even going to go into all that shit. The point fucking being is that the motherfucker takes the cup and then he says this to me. And when I go to fucking lunge at him, all these motherfuckers are like, oh, you don't want to do that. He's protected by the chief. Ah, man. Wow, man. And that is where the name Wallace comes in. So, from Tupac to the log situation with Wallace. And that's where it gets interesting even further. Because this is all within a very, very short period of fucking days. Very, very short period of weeks. But more like days. Okay? So I just go up against Tupac, and now I'm taking on the fucking chief of the Indian reservation, who's got these fucking scumbags back. But he finds out what they fucking pulled. Now, he finds this out later on, after. But in the meantime, back to the situation where they're ready to still fucking pummel me if I fucking pummel this motherfucker holding the cup. Cars start to drive by, and they're banging AK-47s and like sub-Uzi machine guns, and I'm standing there, some gold chains, no knife, not even a fucking toothpick, and I'm saying to my fucking self, Wow, this is a really fucked up situation, man. Had no idea what rules were out on the fucking Indian reservation. Nobody explained to me what a fucking Indian reservation was, other than Indian reservations were where the Indians were given land by the federal government to basically rape, kill, and fucking basically do whatever the fuck Indians do on their land. Yeah, I didn't know that. I really didn't. I fucking did not know what the fucking Indian... To me, it was like a mythical place where fucking people danced and had fucking, you know, and that was about that. It was a halfway mythical fucking place filled with fucking Indians that fucking wore headdresses and fucking danced around. That is what I fucking thought a fucking Indian reservation, almost like Six Flags or fucking Disneyland. You know what I'm saying? You can go over here and you can go over here. That's what I thought at 15 what a fucking Indian reservation was. It didn't say, I wasn't thinking like, hey, look, man, like, you know, they could rape you, kill you, fucking embody you, fucking you, whatever the fuck, you know, they that's the whole fucking point. So all these cars are passing and I'm like, there's no way I'm fucking taking on 100 or better fucking people with fucking automatic fucking AK-47s and fucking what looked like, you know, I've seen different types of guns in movies, and I'm saying to myself, wow, that's fucking crazy. All for one guy, bruh. One guy, one unarmed motherfucker, and I'm not talking about my arms. I am literally saying as far as fucking AK-47s or submachine guns or Uzis went, bullets, knives, none of that shit. Not even a toothpick. I was not taking on fucking 100-something fucking guys that were out fucking side with all fucking automatic weapons. Wow. Wow. You know, if I would have thought that a lot of this shit was real, there would have been a lot of different shit that I fucking... That's what I'm saying. This is fucking... But one of the people was Alfredo Flores. And I recognized him from other little play... I did fucking a few other fucking people, maybe. But I recognized Alfredo Flores because I liked this kid. Like I was like, wow, what the fuck? You know, he's like banging the fucking Uzi or whatever the fuck it was on the side of the car door. Like, hey, fucking yeah. Wow, man, I want to turn that motherfucker into a walking fucking liquefied retard that has to walk or slither or fucking slime his way the rest through life with a fucking, with welding on that motherfucker saying fucking... He tried to fuck, whatever you want to fuck. I don't even give a shit anymore at this fucking point because this is where we're gonna move on from this fucking bullshit story, which is not bullshit, but it's just fucking whatever, man. So, you know, it's like I don't remember when there's so many other fucking points of. It's just like. Wow, man. Wow, just let that sink in. Wow, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. Of course, I wouldn't find out that this was like totally somewhat fucking real for another year or so later. Year and a half later about that. When all of a sudden, not only are detectives coming up to me asking me if I have children, which at that point I didn't even realize I already had one kid at least. With not talking about the hundreds, they said, of dead fucking babies that were fucking thrown all about the fucking Indian reservation, all over the edges of the fucking Indian reservation, and the fucking, you know, because they were trying to open up a fucking portal to the fucking underworld. Wow, man, it's not even a joke. I'm not even joking. And all over North America, hundreds of my dead children from that day. So Wallace, Harry, now I say Henry all the time, but it's pretty sure it's Harry Wallace. Whatever. Calls me out to the Indian reservation. And he tells me that he put these logs in front of these people's doors. And if I forgive these people for what they did to me, all I have to do is move the log and I get forgiven. But then he says, they did this to you, and if you're willing to forgive them, we won't forgive you. But if you don't move the log, they are able to fucking still hurt you. It's like, so if I move the log, you're gonna hurt me. And if I don't move the log, they're gonna hurt me. Wow. Wow, man. Could I get somebody on my side? Like, I don't know, couple fucking Terminator robots? This way we can just fucking eliminate the whole, like, who feels guilty kind of thing, Just have an autonomous fucking, killing machine do some of the work for me. You know what I mean? Basically, I'm saying, could I get fucking Bumblebee, the real Bumblebee, but like with cooler features? Wow. Like from the movie Transformers. Just so we're not thinking he's talking about a little Bumblebee. Holy shit. So, with leaving some other things out, life moves on. And I bump into Alfredo Flores again. Couple more times. Interesting times. Like the time that he dropped just by joking around with him. Like this little bastard turns around to me. This little cunt drops an EMP, a homemade EMP on the floor of my car. Wow, bro. That was 2 weeks. Literally 2 weeks after I got my car painted. That I know for a certain. Because 2 weeks after I got my car painted, I bump into him, and I don't even fucking remember this little fucking shit. I don't even care. Bro, I let shit slide. I let shit go, man. I fucking didn't even believe some of this shit was real. But it's what he says to me in the car, right? He's like, as he's getting the EMP out of the fucking bag to drop it on the... He's like, oh, you don't hurt kids, do you? I'm like, oh yeah, sure, all the time. Now this motherfucker has something to do with killing my fucking children, which are half Indian, on the Indian reservation, and he's asking me if I hurt children. And then when I said that fucking reply to him, he drops a fucking handmade EMP on my floor of my car, which I don't even know what the fucking EMP is. My mechanic tells me, Anthony, why do you have this on the floor of your car? Do you have any idea what the fuck this is? Didn't even know. You know what I thought? I thought when I see him again, I'll give it back to him. It didn't look harmful. Wow, man. And to think how many times my brakes locked up, or this happened, or that happened, and I'm just like... But that's not the only thing that happens that same fucking day. So we're driving around aimlessly, and he's just smiling, and he's like, he's like, hey, it's and we start, a couple lefts, rights. I don't have no fucking idea where the fuck we are. And all of a sudden, it looks like my female cousin, a neighborhood that my female cousin, niece, whatever, lived in. And I'm saying, wow, this looks like a really nice spot. And as when I pull over the car, I'm like, let's go smoke this fucking blunt, man. Let's go fucking. I'm like, this it's so quiet around here. Let's just go quick, smoke this blunt. Nobody's probably gonna bother us, right? Fucking out of nowhere, boom. All of a sudden, this other girl shows up that does not look like my niece, does not look like my cousin. And she's telling me she is my cousin. And then all of a sudden, she walks away with two other people. He walks away with them. She turned around to me and she goes, Anthony, you hurt kids? And I was like, wow, man, wow, bro. Now, since then, and this, at least I got this confirmed. When I showed a picture of the girl who now I realize, I'm just like, wow. I showed a picture of the girl that I'm like, because I haven't seen my niece in years. When I showed a picture to the mother of my niece, the mother of my niece, I said, yo, sis, I said, is this her? She goes, no. I said, that's really funny because that's exactly who I was told this was by this person. She goes, no, that's not. Wow, man. So that's the only reason I'm thinking now that story. That's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, man, do you need a ride home? He's like, nah, man, I'm hanging out with these guys now. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, fucking whatever. There was no, what the fuck? You're gonna sit there and talk shit? That's all it was talking shit. So I fucking said, fuck it. I didn't know. Maybe I should have taken my car and ran the little fucking turd over and made him into a shit stain. I don't know. But I do know that also, let's not forget this. This is where this is so fucking crazy back and forth. Because I'm trying to, there's two other fucking, or three other, who the fuck knows how many other fucking stories. But then there's the Paul Flores story. That takes place around about 16 years old. Now, that could have actually taken place a little bit before 16 years old. But either way, in other words, Kristin Smart dies a year prior from the time that this story takes place with Paul Flores. So I get driven, and I'm just driving around with this girl that fucking, she knew me, and she was cute, and I was like, all right, fuck it. We drive. We end up in California. I'm saying I recognize this place. Man, Paul Flores confesses right to me that he killed this girl, Kristin Smart, and that he was going to use that to set me up, my family up, which was also his family, and a whole bunch of other families up. And I had no idea if this guy was real or not real saying what he was saying. I was like, yeah, bro, okay, that's great, that's wonderful. 2 hours later, I bump into these two people, and the fucking name they bring up is Kristin Smart. I say, wow, that's really funny because I just bumped into this guy 2 hours ago that just said all this crazy shit. And he said he put the body over there, and then he fucking moved the body over here, and then fucking, and that's when shit hit the fucking fan. These two people tell me to fucking go make a witness statement. So I go and I make a witness statement because at this point, I'm saying to myself, what would have been good if he already committed this crime? What good in killing him at that point, which I totally wanted to do? What point would what would that serve me? Or my family, or the other families that this little shit fucking just tried to fucking set up? Tell me that, gangster boys. So, and not to mention, I didn't even understand if this was real. But when they said, and they were like, well, did you write this? And I'm pretty sure they left out, they were like, oh no, you can leave that out. You can leave out the whole, like, him trying to set you up, your family up, which is also his family and the other family. But you can put the names of the fucking people that, supposedly all wrapped up in this fucking, and I'm just like, wow, man. Wow, man. Now that's where it gets fucking, because then after I signed the witness statement, thinking I'm doing the right fucking thing in this crazy ass, fucked up, weird, how the fuck did I get here situation. Right place at the right time, right? Pfft. Meanwhile, right place, wrong time. Whatever the fuck you look at that as. 25 years ago, those motherfuckers I signed that witness statement with, and I'll take a lie detector about that right now. Right now. That I did sign a witness statement, and I told him where that fucking girl's body was, which led to Paul's fucking arrest back then. 25 something years ago. 24, whatever the fucking case is. Right? Now, with signing that witness statement, now remember, I'm talking about Paul Flores, not Alfredo Flores, okay, which most of this shit involves Alfredo, because then after this, I'm going to go right back again. I'm going to go back further than the fucking Kristin Smart, Paul Flores bullshit. The sheriff's department then tells me that this family is very, very fucking fucked up. And they kill a lot of fucking people. Now, I do not understand what this motherfucker said to me to begin with, because I didn't know most of my family. Did not know who, or for the most part, who the fuck I was related to. I know that a lot of people knew who the fuck I was. I knew that, there was a lot of fucking crazy shit in my life that I blocked out of my fucking head. Didn't even bring up the fucking bank account that was started about the whole graveyard situation with the fucking, turned out to be a serial killer's graveyard or any of that. I didn't bring up any of that shit in this story. I just barely touched fucking base on that. Bank account was set up. So the point is when I signed that witness protection form, after signing the witness statement, thinking I'm doing the right fucking thing, not killing this motherfucker, because this motherfucker is trying to set up everybody with something that he did to this fucking girl, which should be all on his fucking shoulders, nobody else's. Wow, man. Wow, man. They have me sign that witness protection form. I go home. I tell my father what took place. My father hits the fucking roof. We go back to the fucking department where I signed the fucking witness statement and the witness protection form. Or wherever. The point being is that now the man who helped set up a bank account for me, and my father who raised me, not my real father, but my grandfather, is now telling the sheriff, you cannot have him sign this witness protection form. Because if he signs this witness protection form, you are preventing him from talking to anybody in his own fucking family. Wow. Wow. The sheriff turns around and says, well, he can withdraw But then we're not going to accept the witness statement. And then he'll be purging himself under a court of law. Well, under the whole fucking... I'm just like, is everybody really... I'm just standing there, like, I'm just like... Is everybody fucking crazy? Sure, let's turn on the crazy, right? So I'm just like, yeah, sure, whatever, fucking, then let's keep it, let's do this, fucking. Because everybody seems fucking crazy at this fucking point to fucking Anthony. They're going to make me stop talking to my own father. They're going to stop making me talk to my family. Well, guess what? 25 fucking years later. Wow. 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 Bro, I would have fucking shot that fucking sheriff right in the fucking... I wouldn't have just shot him in the... If I had a gun, if I had fucking means of... I would have... I don't know what the... I probably... If I could get him alone and take him down silently, I would probably have fucking tortured that fucking sheriff piece of shit in the most horrible, horrific fucking ways humanly fucking possible, knowing that for the next 25 years of my life, if I knew what the next 25 years of my life would be, and it takes these fucking retard, cocksucking pieces of shit, living pieces of shit, 25 years to find this girl's body, which they just dig up a year ago, not even a year. They go dig up wow, I'm not even to that part of the fucking story. So let me calm down and just say that I would have done probably the most vile, horrible, horrific, terrible, extremely extreme things to this fat fucking cocksucking piece of shit motherfucking scummer bitch whack job who made me fucking sign that fucking witness protection form. And then said that if I withdraw that he was going to arrest me for writing a witness statement. Wow. The devil as my witness, and my father that raised me as my second witness. I would have fucking done very, very bad things to that man. Now that I know that for the past 25 years of my life,